Look at your goofy ass. Look at your goofy ass. What's good, y'all? So we got two videos we're going over today. We got two videos. The first video is we got these women explaining why they love dating older men. They love older men. As you guys know, as a man, you get better as you age. You do not decline as you get older. You are a man. That is the benefits of being a man. Do not let these women shame you. If you want to date younger women, if you're in your 30s like me, if you want to date women in their 20s, go right ahead. You can do it. Do not let these old ass women shame you with getting with they old ass. Do not let these older women shame you. Continue to focus on you. Continue to focus on your purpose. If you want to date and when you're ready to, go younger and have fun. And the second video we got the women who are just hating on these men, these old ass women, hating on these old dudes for getting with younger women. But this has been going on since the beginning of time. Nothing's gonna change. It's nothing new. And this is dating today. Older guys who got their paper, older guys who are financially stable, yeah, they're going to go younger. Why would an old man who got his shit together, even a guy who's physically fit, he's done the work, he's successful, he's got his money right, why would he get with an old woman who's past her prime? Pussy dry as fuck, got cobwebs down there. As dry as the Sahara Desert. That's how dry it is. She's got old flappy skin, saggy ass tits. Why would a dude get with that? He don't have to. If he got his money right, he can get with a hot, younger woman. So let's watch these videos.
Just date older men for their money. I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for myself. And people are always asking, what is it about an older man? What do you like about an older man? And I'm here to tell you. They usually have more traditional values and roles, and so chivalry is real. They make women feel special and loved and adored in a way that I personally have never seen a guy my age or even 5 years older do. Hopefully they are already established. If they're like 20 years older than me, I would at least hope that they are established in life. And so yes, usually they are, and so that is attractive. And before you jump down my throat and say I'm a gold digger, it's not about that. It's sexy when a man is motivated, driven, successful, when he has his shit together. I think it's really sexy when a guy has...
Like, these older guys are gonna be... She's okay, but these older cats are mainly fucking all these hot young 20, early 20s chicks. Because these guys, their age, in their early 20s, they live at home with mom, they don't got their own place, their money ain't right. These young women have access to these older dudes due to Instagram, social media, all these dating apps. These women have access to older guys. And most of these younger women are going towards older guys because they have money, they got their own place, they're able to splurge on them. These older cats are very experienced in the bed. They don't got ED. They don't come too quick. They know how to fuck these women. They know how to fuck the shit out of these young girls. And they're doing it. These old cats are getting with these women in their 20s. And a lot of women in their early 20s, they have dated older dudes. Don't let these women tell you, oh, I would never do that. A lot of these women have dealt with older dudes. That's a fucking lie.
His house, car, or cars even. And he already has his life. Like, he has his routine. You know, he gets up, he goes to work, he works out early, he's up early. I just love a guy that cooks for himself.
Yeah, an older guy who's physically fit and he got his money, he don't even look that old, but he keeps himself in shape. Yeah, he's going to always have an advantage in the dating market. He's going to have an advantage.
A guy that I don't have to take care of. It's so attractive when a guy wants to take care of me. An older man can hit all of my love languages in ways that younger men just haven't, in my experience. I'm attracted to a man that leads, and I don't have to train and teach how to act. I've done that my whole life with guys in relationships, and it's exhausting, and I'm done. I truly just have no desire to do it anymore. I don't want to have to mold someone. I just want someone who is already who they are and established in who they are and knows who they are and knows what they want. I'm not trying to deal with someone who's trying to find their way still. Usually the older, the more experience they have in relationships, which means trial and error. They've already overcome mistakes, they've gone through failed relationships, and they kind of learn what they should do or shouldn't do this time. Obviously, this doesn't apply to everybody, but most of the time, men have had several relationships the older they get. I personally love a divorced man with kids because he's already been through it. He already knows. It's not his first rodeo. Usually, the older, the more emotionally intelligent they are, and that is hands down the most important thing in a relationship to me. At this stage of my life, again, we all change, but I'm at a point now where I care more about emotional intelligence than looks, than money, than anything. I'm also looking to find the man of my children, father of my children. And so if he already has children, usually he knows how to act around kids. He knows how to adjust life to being a dad. I personally think it's better to date a guy who already has experienced children because you already know right off the bat how he is as a dad and if he's a good dad or not. When you're having someone's first child, you have no idea how that person's going to be as a parent. So if you've already seen him and dated him for a while, you see how he is to his children, it's just a good way to interview them to see if they are going to be a good dad to your children. And now let's get to the fun stuff, like how the fact that older men just love to be down there way longer and way more often than any guy my age or even.
Well, yeah, as an older guy, he's more experienced. He knows how to eat that kitty cat. You got to eat her out until till she comes, and then boom. Arch that bat, Archie. He be ATBing her all the time, right after he eats her out, yeah. Well, he's older. He's experienced. He knows what to do. So he's always going to have that leverage over these younger dudes, But you can tell she got an older guy she's dealing with long term right now.
5 years older, they just, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but especially if you're a younger woman, they literally worship your body. I'm not even kidding. But this is like specifically men like over 50. I'm telling you, they are givers. And honestly, most guys my age, they're just receivers. They just want to lay back and receive. And I'm telling you, I feel like the older generations are more dominant, more alpha, more masculine. And these younger generation of guys are just more.
Yeah, these older guys, these older guys grew up in a different time. Most of these guys were in the military back in the day. They grew up during a time when feminism wasn't a thing as it is now. You had to be a man back in the day. Ain't no weak pussy shit back in the day, These men grew up in a time where being a man was life, So no duh, these guys are going to be masculine men. They're not going to tolerate no bullshit. And these women who are younger, when they get with these older cats, these women are usually on their best behavior because they know that they will get cut loose. So these women are usually on their best behavior, and sometimes they won't do anything stupid because they're afraid of losing this guy because he is an asset. He brings value into this woman's life.
Feminine.
I keep getting asked this question, especially on my Facebook, because I post the guy that I'm dating. I post pictures of us because we have a great time. We're always going somewhere. He's just so fun, and I just love being with him. So I'm getting asked the question, why he's older than you? Why do you like older men? Because I do. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I'm 42 years old. Guys my age approach me, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your daddy.
Damn, she's 42? Okay, she looks good for 42. She looks good for 42. I thought she was at least 30, 31, but black don't crack.
Where your daddy at? Is your daddy single? That's who I want to talk to because I like older men. Older men come with a lot of stuff that you don't have to deal with no more. I don't have to deal with babies and baby mamas when I date older men. I don't want to babysit your kids. I don't want to change their diapers. I don't want to hear about the baby mama. I don't want to hear you and your baby mama on the phone arguing because you're supposed to pick him up at such and such time and you picked him up at this time, or you want to see him this day and she don't want to. Been there, done that. I don't have to deal with that. The guy I'm dating right now is great. He will be 60 next week, has more energy than.
damn, 60 years old, he piping her down? Hey, but he probably kept himself fit throughout his entire life. He was probably an athlete back in the day, so he's always been physically fit. At my gym, I see a lot of older cats at my gym, older dudes in the gym heavy, physically fit. Like, yeah, as long as you keep taking care of yourself, bro, continue to always go to the gym. Because as you get older, that is going to work. That's going to work in your benefit, I'm telling you. You being physically fit, continue to work out. Because this is going to be your old ass. 60 still pulling these young bitches, all right?
Me, I'm having to keep up with him. He keeps me out.
Arch that back. He like, arch that back. I don't need no Red Bull. Nigga, I don't need no, he got his gray beard. I don't need no Red Bull. Arch that back. She like, yeah, daddy. Ah. This nigga giving her that civil rights piping. When the nigga, he probably used to march and shit back in the day. Nigga giving her that civil rights piping right there.
Every weekend, just about, and I'm resting right now from last night. Okay, we went out last night. He has planned what we're gonna do tonight, and I'm really hoping that we don't go out. We just wait till tomorrow so I can rest tonight. Okay, he's a great guy. You know what I'm saying? What I get with older men is I get courted. That's the word that older women, the women back in the day use. I get courted. I don't touch doorknobs. I get flowers. I get treated like I'm a princess. That's what I like. And that's how he treats me. I feel like I'm the only woman in the world when I'm with him. When I'm with him, I get his undivided attention. He's not picking up phones. He's not talking on the phone. Somebody call, he's not answering calls. All of his attention is on me, right? And we are not dealing with picking up milk on the way, because he got to stop and get his baby some milk or pick up some diapers on the way. I'm sorry. All right? That's just how I feel. I don't have to compete for his time. That might sound selfish. I don't know. But that's how I like it. That's why I like older men. All the kids are grown. I don't have to compete for his time at all. There's nobody I have to compete with. Okay? That's the way I like it. Flowers every time. Very, they're very chivalrous. Is that the word? I'm thinking of chivalry. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I can't think. I need a nap. Because I'm still recuperating from being out all night last night. And he plans dates. I don't have to plan a date. I don't have to keep asking for dates. He says, hey, this is what's going on. What do you want to do? Okay, let's do that. Okay, great. It's just very go with the flow. It's not hard. It's not complicated. Because he has nothing in his life that's complicated. Has a wonderful career. He's a professor. He's reached tenure. Don't have to worry about that. His career is established. I don't have to worry about
this dude's a professor. Yeah, his money's sitting right.
helping him get through school. I've been there. I've done that. See what I'm saying? That's why I like older men. They've done all of that. The only thing that's missing is the woman. So, yes.
You guys, I'm telling you, hold that line. Hold it. You may be down bad right now. You in your 20s, early 30s. You may be down bad. Nigga, you haven't hit your prime yet. Wait until you're 35. Wait until you're 36. Wait until you're 37. It's going to be on and popping. You're going to be fucking these women. You're going to be ATBing all day when you older and got your money right. You good, bro. You good. Don't sweat on these girls. Bro, you get better as you age. You haven't hit your prime yet. You're almost there. You got it.
The guy I'm dating is 60 and I'm 42 and I love it. That's what I prefer. If you don't have at least a 5 in your age, in the first number, I don't even want to deal with you.
This nigga probably don't need no Viagra. He ready to go. He like, let's go. She like, damn, let's go. I'm ready. That's
my preference. Ladies, how do you feel about that? Ladies that are my age, do you prefer to date older men Older men are just less complicated for me. Or do you want to date younger men and help babysit?
You know, I say this all the time, you know, date younger women. Like if you're 60, a woman who's 40 who looks this good too, she ain't an ugly woman. She looks good. Yeah, you could date 40 as long as these women keep themselves in shape, you know, and they age well, you know, because most women don't age that good. So
Let me tell you why more and more girls around my age are looking for an older man to date. For reference, I'm 25. I feel like it's a well-known fact by now that I've been single for the last 5 years. And honestly, I've only dated guys around my age, and it has been the biggest disaster. They can't be loyal to save
how much you want to bet her older dude is paying her rent? How much you want to bet?
their life. They are so freaking boring. I'm sorry, but it's true. They aren't ever adventurous. And it's just the same with every single
How much you want to bet her older dude looks like Frank Sinatra? If you know who Frank Sinatra, Google Frank Sinatra. He got little costumes in his in his house because he older guy. He got his money right. He gonna be like, listen, put on this. Your hair is blonde, but put on this other blonde wig. I want you to look like Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, get that white dress too. He's got his cognac. He's got his Hennessy, whatever he drinking. Nigga got on a tuxedo. About to pipe her down. He puts his little thing through the pant hole. About to bang her out in his tuxedo. Her older cat that she dealing with, this dude look like Frank Sinatra. And ain't no diss to Frank Sinatra. But her older dude that she dealing with, who's paying her rent, he looks like Frank Sinatra.
with every single guy that's in my age range. Older guys though, oh my god. They are so loyal. They will treat any woman in their life as a princess. And they are just so much better for many different reasons. And honestly, I have never had a guy go downtown on me before. And an older man would never stand for that. They beg women for them to do it for them. Like, older men are just better.
Okay, so
Yeah, she already got turned out sexually by this older cat, Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank already turned her out. Mr. Frank don't need no Red Bull. He don't need no. Mr. Frank is ready. He said, turn on that radio. Let's listen to some slow jams as you arch that back. Arch it. I'm Mr. Frank right now. Mr. Frank don't need no Red Bull, man. I'm telling you.
is dating an older man better? Let's get into it. Firstly, I need to preface this by saying I know everyone's different, and I know there's no way to say everyone in this age group is like this. Like every 31-year-old is not like me. But I will say there are some stark differences that I'm noticing amongst many women who date men that are older. So one of the things I heard before I started dating an older guy is that older men don't play games. And they don't. In my experience, it's very important to make sure the man that you are dating is healed, healing. The man that I am seeing has gone to therapy, is in therapy, prioritizes his self-care. He loves himself. He's worked on himself. This is very important in whoever you're dating. But if that's the case, there's going to be less toxicity. So, yeah, number one, yes, plays less games. Number two is just more open, more vulnerable, more real, more honest. He knows himself. And I think, again, this isn't always correlated to age because some people have been on this planet forever and they will die not knowing themselves. But there are some people who, over time, they learn who they are, they love themselves, they grow, and that in turn comes on to you. Next thing I notice is there's a lot of fun. There's a lot more plans, dates. They've experienced a lot of the world, so there's a lot of the world that they are willing to show you, and it creates a lot of fun and excitement. And also, being in my age group, there's a pretty big age gap. There's things that I can also provide and teach that he can learn. So far, I'm not gonna lie, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10.
So one of the biggest questions I get asked by anyone who meets me is why I only date guys in the 30 to 40 range when I'm 23. And I was thinking about it for a while, and I finally was able to articulate my thoughts. And the biggest one is that I just think they look better. I think two equally attractive men, one is 23, one is 40. I'm picking the 40-year-old 10 out of 10 times. They just appeal more to me. They're more manly looking. I like a guy who's a little older looking, maybe some crow's feet, nice beards. Definitely salt and pepper hair is a big plus. So aside from just like the physical side, they also don't have roommates. You know?
What did I tell you? Women care about this shit. That's why it was so easy for me last year when I had my rotation to bang all these young girls, 22, 23, 24. That's why I didn't have to take none of these bitches on dates. Oh, you got your own place? Okay, I'll just come over. They come over, get banged out, and they about to go on a date. I'm telling you, bro, when you got your own place, whether you in New York City, LA, whatever, you're gonna have an advantage. Bring bitches over, fuck them, and then boom. And at that time, when I was in college here in New York, when I had roommates, it was hard for me to get pussy during that time because all the pretty girls that I liked at my college here in New York, all the niggas, they were older dudes who had their own place, but I had roommates, and these niggas were banging them out. But now I understand with me having my own stuff. But yeah, it was easy for me to bang these women early 20s, come over, get banged out, because I have my own place. That's why I tell you, man, it's just good to have your own, But this is majority of the main reason why these women are fucking older dudes, especially guys in their 50s. These niggas got retirement, especially they didn't get screwed over in a divorce. They got their money right, and they have money to play with, Especially these older cats who did not ever get married, and they did right with their money, with investments. They got a stock portfolio. These guys are having fun with these young chicks. I see it all the time. Whenever I go to a bar or restaurant, young girls are with these older cats, and it is what it is. I don't hate the player, man. I hate the game, but these guys are gonna always have an advantage with this economy being the way it is. You're gonna have a lot more women sharing the winners than sharing losers. I'm telling you, a lot of people are gonna be left behind within a year or two. The way the economy is going, if you're not making a certain amount of income, you will be left behind, and that is a reality. That's going to be a reality for most men. That's why I tell you to focus, hold the line, and focus on building yourself up, You're
not going to be snuck in and asked to be quiet or whatever because, oh, I got roommates, or like, oh, my dad's sleeping right next door, or whatever, Which also ties into my next point, that they just have more money, especially the ones I pick. I pretty much only go after guys I know have money. I'm not interested in dating like a guy that's broke, which is probably like half the reason I don't date guys my age, because they're either broke or they have like family money and they're insufferable. So my next point is also a big one for older guys, that they already had their hoe phase, which means I don't have to worry about them going to the club. I mean, they obviously still probably do, but I'm probably not.
Well, I think she's off on this. A lot of older guys have a rotation of bitches they're fucking. He's not just fucking her. And if she thinks that, she's naive.
I'm gonna date a guy who's like still a club rat at 40. They had their hoe phase. They're kind of over the whole party scene. Like, I don't like that at all. So I'm happy to date a guy who's already done that, where I don't feel like I'm keeping him from doing something he wants to do because he's already done it and already decided that it's boring. And like, I believe in dating up a lot. So the problem with me and guys my age is that I don't respect them at all. I have no respect for a guy my age.
Listen, when you're a poor man, war does not care about you. When you're older, shout out to Coach Greg Adams. He says this all the time. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. He said, if you are a poor man, especially over the age of 30, 40, the war is not going to give a shit about you. They will treat you like shit. The way the economy is, man, women are not banking on potential no more. The way the economy is going, these women are not going to bank on potential. They're going to leverage their looks to get the best option. And you can't get mad at it. It is the dating market. It is the dating scene that we're in today.
They're just annoying to me. They don't really have anything that I want. Like, they love to ask, oh, what do you bring to the table? Like, what do you bring to the table? You know, like, I don't know. I don't think you bring anything to the table. Like, they don't really have a lot of money. They have roommates or they live at home, and their friends are usually really annoying when you're like a guy in your 20s. You're just around like the worst people imaginable. They drive like these shitty cars. Like, I don't know.
And I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, man. A lot of y'all niggas be getting butthurt when I say it is not a good move. I get it. But it's not a good move to be still living at home with your parents, dude. And having roommates at a certain age. Because women, if you want to date seriously, women are going to look, okay, can he lead? Can he provide? Well, no, because he has roommates or he lives at home with his mom. Women look at that. If you want to look for a serious relationship. I told you, last year when I made my mistake of fucking these women in marriages and relationships, I fucked this Korean chick who was in a relationship. And she said she lost respect for her boyfriend because he's a nurse. He had to move back in with his parents in Jersey. And I was fucking the shit out of her. And that was my mistake I made when I was sleeping around with married women and women in relationships. I wouldn't do that shit again. But just seeing how women move when a man goes through a minor setback, they're already looking for your replacement or they're going to get their fuck on the side. When you go through a minor setback in life, the fact that she was looking for dick because this guy had to move back in with his parents is how some majority of women move today.
I don't respect them, and I prefer the way older guys look, and I can actually respect a guy who's older than me because he has qualities worth respecting. So I think that covers everything. I hope it makes sense.
Yep, shout out to the older kings. They got it, man. They got it. So the next video we're about to go over, we got these women, these hating ass women talking shit about these older cats because they are post-wall and they don't got no damn options. Let's watch this video.
The older I get, the more I realize why older men date women that are significantly younger than them, and only because the women their age would never, ever even glance at them twice. Because now there are men my age that try to...
How much you want to bet that she tried to get an older dude and he looked right past her? He wasn't her type, but now she has a vendetta against older guys who date younger women.
Approach me and I have to actively withhold the urge to spit on them. But younger me would have just died over them. And it was for stupid reasons. Like, oh my God.
So she said younger me. Yeah, so she's older now. And she can't compete with these younger girls who are getting all these old dudes with money.
He's so cool and mature. He has his own apartment. He should. He's 30. I just thought that was such a sign of maturity and being like a real grown up. But those men were creme de la piss, okay? Like cream of the turds. Just very unimpressive, but I thought that them having like, you know, good jobs was a sign of them being real adults, and they were just little immature baby boys. But yeah, those men are almost always losers. Still think it's gross.
But she ended up fucking all these older guys when she was young. But she got priced out. She aged out of that dating market. And she's mad that she can't compete. That's all it boils down to. She's upset that she can't compete like these younger girls.
But now I see the logic.
This is how I know somebody is not a good man. Number one, first red flag, okay? If he is in his mid to late 30s and he is actively dating, hooking up, whatever, with women that are in their early mid 20s. Say you're like 37 and you're like 26, okay? Kind of weird. No.
That is not weird. That is appropriate. She just mad her old ass is post-wall. She's gained weight and she ain't got no goddamn options. No good options at that. All she has is niggas who are just trying to pop her down and go on to the next woman. This woman has aged out. She's post-wall. She's upset. That age range, what she just said, 37, and she's 26, there ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
No. Let's take it a little bit of a notch, okay? Let's say you're like 37 and the girl is 21. Yeah, very weird. And another thing that's even more weirder is literally actively dating women who are 18 or 19 years old. And I know there's gonna be people in the comment section talking about how, but that's legal, that's legal. Y'all would literally date a teenager if the United States of America told you, hey, let's change the age of consent to 15. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all would, because a lot of y'all are sick in the head and y'all like teenagers. But it's just weird. And that is how you know if a man is a red flag. So every time I see a really young girl talking about, oh my god, on social media, you know, like they always ask, like, hey, I'm talking to this man who's like 35 and I'm 19. Is this a red flag? Yes. Run for your life.
Older men who date much younger women don't like it when older women speak out because they feel that we are ruining it for others. The problem is,
it doesn't matter what these older women say or do. These young women are still going to deal with these older guys. So these post-war women can say all they want on the internet, but that's not going to change anything because these young women have a mind of their own and they're going to do what they want.
we're just telling the truth. Here are some stories from women who did date much older men when they were younger. I was told I was young and beautiful, and the reason this worked on me was I came from a family that totally destroyed my self-worth. I was, quote, so mature, unquote, and, quote, so very special, unquote, quote, worth his time, worth investing into and talking to, unquote. I simply went to him for advice, for guidance, if you will. He straight out asked me if I was falling for him or having a crush on him, and he helped himself to my insecurities instantly. I was 25 and he was 50. I was 17 and he was 26. He made me feel like I was special, and he had his own place, so I felt like he was a real adult and so sophisticated. He was a manager at Little Caesars. I was a sporty varsity student, age 19. He worked at the sports center, age 34. He was everywhere I was. He was charming. It all happened so fast. He spoiled me and made me feel like I was the cool girl. I was 23 and he was 37. He said I was not corrupted by America. I am an immigrant. He proposed to me when he hadn't proposed to anyone else, and I felt so special. I was 16, he was in his 20s, technically legal in our state, but in retrospect, still very wrong. He also told me I was so much more mature than other teenagers and that I was beautiful, which really hooked me because I'd always been bullied for my looks. Over time, I started to feel trapped, especially as I wanted to be able to pursue my own interests instead of being a silent accessory and ornament. I was 24 and he was 45, and I heard the same exact things. And when I got out of the relationship, he sent me a letter telling me what mental diagnosis he thought I had because I was the stupidest woman ever to not be grateful for such a perfect and amazing guy that he was. I was 23 and he was 32. He would often tell me how lucky I was that I met him before other men hurt me. Each time I heard him say this, I felt worse and worse about what this actually meant. Oh, wow, boys your age must be afraid of you.
But do you know why these women were dealing with this? Is because these guys were giving them money because their asses were broke and young. Even though these guys were so horrible people, these women still got that cash. They still got that. They were ATB for him because he was giving these women money. And now these women, they want to act like they're a victim. You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing.
While we were having schmegs, I was 18 to 19. He was 35 plus. I was mature, and it was different because he can't stop himself now because he loves me. I was 18. He was 27. He was arrested for molesting a couple of years ago now. Anyone else seeing a common theme here?
Okay, so a lot of people don't know this, but I'm in an age gap relationship. No, I'm not an advocate for age gap relationships, but I do want to speak on it. How y'all gonna tell us young girls not to date older, but the older them same women back then, like our grandma and them, they not telling their stories, they being quiet and shit. So history is repeating itself. If we not having nobody tell us what they went through and how they went through this and how they went through that and that, so we live in the same shit. On top of that, it's really not a difference. It's like dating somebody your age. Only difference is that they more Some of them be more ahead. Other than that, I don't see a difference. So how can y'all talk about that girl for dating a 31-year-old? At the end of the day, she's grown. Don't nobody make sure she good. She was in motherfucking foster care, a runaway.
Y'all know exactly what I'm looking at. Y'all probably looking at him too.
And all these different things. Nobody made sure she was good. Her mammy put her up in there. What do y'all expect? If you ain't in no child mindset, you're not finna be dating no child. That's like telling, and I'm not normalizing it or justifying it, but that's like telling a grown man that's still stuck in a 5-year-old mindset not to be turned on.
Date somebody your own age. Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you dating women your own age?
Some women, not.
And this is why no one wants to deal with older women, because they're so fucking aggressive. They got a bad fucking attitude. How you got a bad attitude, aggressive as fuck, and you've been ran through? Make it make sense.
Not all. Some women be pretty when they young. When they get older, they be looking bad.
There's
the older women don't
dynamic.
be fit. They don't be friendly. They don't be feminine. They don't be cooperative.
So women in their
and they don't be
40s
submissive.
A lot of times men want to date somebody so much younger because y'all be wanting somebody to train. That's what it is.
Yeah, sometimes.
And men say that. Women are not things to train.
Well, she could train up. It said train up a child in the way they should go.
But that's why y'all be wanting to date children. That's why y'all be wanting to date children.
So listen, I see older guys date young girls all the time. You understand?
We do, but that doesn't say that there's nothing wrong with that, though. Just because it's normalized does not mean that it's okay.
Why do women like...
She made no fucking sense. Yeah, we do that, but it's not... Then shut the fuck up. You made no sense right there. Her ass, because her ass probably got a goddamn sugar daddy. But he ain't giving her enough money. That's why she pissed off right now. Uncle Darnell.
Older men.
Oh, I love older men. Okay. My boyfriend's 8 years older than I am, but I've also dated older than that. They just seem more stable. Yeah, like you're going to be more princessed with an older man.
What do you think it is about like a younger guy that's not as attractive?
They're non-committal. Yeah, I feel like they're going to cheat on you. They're using social media as a way to like talk to women too much. They're using Snapchat. They're on all the apps. Okay. And I don't like that. But older men don't have all that. They're not on Snapchat. They're not on all the apps.
This is going to be a rant about some of the weird thinking that I've heard come from a man.
Yeah, she was in another video of why she can't find no job in California. So while she should be looking for a job, she made a TikTok on 30 plus men dating younger women when you should be looking for a job in LA.
And one of them, I was having a conversation with somebody and he was talking about how, you know, men, when they get 35 or, you know, in their mid 30s, like, you know, they go out there looking for somebody that's like 21. And he was explaining it in a way to make it sound like it was justified. And I was telling him, I was like, that's pervy for somebody to be in their mid 30s to be going to go seek somebody who is young, naive, and just fresh off the
I would say 18 is young, but for a 30 plus male, I don't think 24 is that bad, in my opinion.
Because why would you be in your mid 30s seeking somebody that's 21? And he was really arguing it down.
And do you know what this boils down? Let me know in the comments. This boils down to the economy is bad as fuck, and these post-war women wish they can get a sugar daddy, but they aged out. They're not sugar no more. These old post-war women cannot compete with these younger women who are getting these older dudes with money. These young girls ain't struggling like these post-war women are struggling right now. But this bad fucking economy right now, all these layoffs, yeah, they wish they had a sugar daddy. They can't compete with these young ass women, and it pisses them off.
Like explaining like that was like there was nothing wrong with that. And I was just very, very disgusted by that. And I'm very disgusted by any man that thinks that. And then we went even even further because I was just like, this is why like so much weird shit be happening in the world, because men condone the weird shit and the weird thinking of other men, because they'll all get together, you know, because I'm like, if you think like that, I'm sure you got some bros that you chill with, that you hang with, who think like that too, and they think it's just okay. And I was explaining to him too that like men who are in their mid-30s who go seeking younger girls are just weird, you know, and they know that the women that are their age are not fucking with them. So they go out and they seek these younger girls who don't know any better. And a lot of these younger girls, like before they even realize it, because eventually they do realize it, they do realize that they got trapped into some bullshit. But it'd be a little bit too late. So like, and I also explained to him, I was like, that's predatory thinking. And I was like, this is why there is like, you know, so much essay going on when it comes to women and even to children, because men are in camaraderie with other men who do that weird shit, and they know that they do that weird shit, and a lot of them don't say shit. They just, you know, brush shoulders with each other.
Keep in mind, what do you think was going on in her life right now in the comments? This one, she was in my video that I did a response to on winter is here in LA and the women are struggling. Like, she just did a video not too long ago about how she can't find a job in California. Why does this ain't affecting you. You should be looking for a job. But no, she went on the sugar daddy site and was like, listen, I just got laid off. And they were like, nope. So she got on TikTok and was saying this shit.
They bump fists, they get together and they drink beer with each other, and they just, you know, it's cool, you know? And so it's just like a lot of beta men out here with beta men thinking, and not enough alpha men standing up and whooping their ass, because like...
Okay, so these men deserve to get their ass whooped because they're 30 plus dating a 23-year-old woman. This is she's down very bad. She is down very bad. She can't get no one to date her. She's jobless. Yeah, she's at rock fucking bottom. And this is why she's angry.
Why do they think like that? And I also feel like men who have sons who think like that, that's what makes it even more repulsive, because it's like, you got a son or you got sons and you think like that. That is the most predatory thing. And then the person was explaining like, oh, well, that's just the game. And the game is just, like, do y'all not think for yourself? Just because something has been going on and a type of thinking has been passed down for so long, doesn't mean it's okay. Doesn't mean that it should keep being done. You know, like, that is predatory. No guy in his mid-30s and older should be chasing and seeking nobody 20-something. And then his excuse is, well, women in their 30s and older, they're basically all old and washed up and dry, and, you know, the whole biological clock and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, that's a bunch of bullshit that men use as an excuse to cover up the fact that they're fucking predators. That's a predatory thing. Oh, well, she's legal. It's still fucking predatory. It's predatory. Oh, well, she wants a man that's established and got money. She don't want no young dude her age who don't got no money. Then he went into explaining how, like, yeah, I remember when I was that age, you know, like, when a bad girl, usually the baddest girl in high school had an older guy who had money, who wasn't at the high school. And, you know, all of us young dudes just knew that, you know, basically she was out of our league because she had an old dude with money. So there was nothing that we could do. And it was just like, okay, but that's still predatory. The dude that was with the girl when you was in high school who was not her age, a predator.
This video she did, she could have been using this time to apply for a fucking job. She could have been going to these jobs in person, passing out her resume. But no, she was like, okay.
And any dude that's still doing that now is a predator. Okay, I don't care if the girl is legal. I don't care if she's 18, 21, 22. That is predatory. That is predatory.
Winter is here, and Kevin Samuels warned these women. Winter is here, and these women cannot compete with these younger women. These old women are bitter. They're sad. They can't compete, and this is why they're acting like this.
And like men have a way of like they have a very sneaky way of justifying their bad actions and like releasing themselves from accountability and not owning up to like what it is, because instead of acknowledging like those actions are in fact quite predatory, they will flip the script and blame their decisions on an entire gender and say, oh, they're just washed up. Women are washed up at 30 plus, or oh, women are talking too much, or this person even had the audacity to be like, oh, we go choose somebody that doesn't have any trauma, any baggage. Basically, women 30 plus got baggage and trauma, and oh yeah, women's bodies are not as tight and not as right, and when they're 30 plus, and I'm just like, all this excuses to cover up the fact that's fucking weird and predatory. It's weird and predatory. I don't care how any man spins it. It's fucking weird. It's fucking predatory. And there's so much stuff like in that moment of that conversation, I was like, there's just so much shit that men do, and they just bump fists with each other, get together and drink beer and act like the shit is okay. Like they condone a lot of weird shit amongst each other.
This woman is still going on. This is why she ain't got no fucking job, because she doesn't use her time wisely. She's still going on about this shit.
And it's probably going to take a bunch of alpha men who got some fucking sense, like literally whooping the ass of these.
Why would you, what? Because men aren't going to do this anyway, but you want these guys to get hurt because they're not dating your post-wall ass?
These beta men, like that's just what it's gonna have to come to. It's not enough for these alpha men to just listen to the conversations and shrug their shoulders like, oh, I'm just gonna mind my business. Like they know other men only listen to force. Other men know for a fact that other men only listen.
I can see why she's unemployed too, because she looks like she's difficult to deal with as an employee. I understand now why she's unemployed too.
Force. So the alpha men, y'all gonna have to come out the woodworks and make these men listen by force, because what the fuck? And also women, like I refuse to, like, I made the mistake of extending somebody's bloodline who didn't deserve it, but fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, but I will not make the same mistake twice. Like I'm not.
So what happened is she thought that her gas was running on E. She thought that she was gonna have enough time to get to the next gas station, but she didn't have enough gas, so she's just on the fucking side of the road. Let me just start blaming men right now, even though I don't got no gas in my car.
Extending no man's bloodline that thinks like that. So please be sure to take your time and really get to the meat of things and get to know how these men think, because that yes, no extension of bloodline. And should you make the mistake of extending accidentally, don't let it happen again. But men who think like that, if a man truly believes that it's okay for somebody in their mid-30s, to be out there chasing somebody just young, fresh, that man is a predator. That man is a weirdo, and his bloodline should not be extended under any circumstances.
She's unemployed and don't got no damn dating options. So this is why she's acting like this. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.